Testing 1 2.
Testing, one, two, one, two. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Season's greetings to you all. Ho, ho, ho. One, two, one, two.
I can't. Hold on, Ben. I can't hear you.
One, two, one, two. Hello, hello. Season's greetings. Ho, ho, ho.
Hello. afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage of this final 23s Professional Development League game of 2018. Leeds taking on Barnsley here at Thorpe Arch, and we have had a delayed start after the officials wore black to the training pitch here, clashing with Barnsley's away strip, and the delay now fixed after they're wearing the yellow. So Leeds have gone with a strong starting 11. Will Huffer in goal, Leif Davis, Callum Nysel, Apo Halme will be in defence. And across the wing-back positions, it is Clark O'Donnell and Robbie Gotts. In midfield, it's Izzy Brown and Alfie McCalmont. Jordan Stevens and Jack Harrison will partner Patrick Bamford in the advanced position. Subs for Leeds, Kamal Majzek, Kun Mihayov, Tanner Roberts, Bryce Susanna and Hugo Diaz. For Barnsley, they've gone with a 4-4-2, we believe, today of Henry Kendrick, Jordan Helliwell, Will Smith, Sam Fielding, Jordan Barrett, Louis Wardle, Ramal Palmer, Elvis O'Tim, Amir Berkovic, Tyrese Chizon and Kieran Finney. Leeds did beat Barnsley in the last meeting over at Oakwell a couple of weeks ago after going 1-0 behind. Ryan Edmondson got a hat-trick. It's been a bright start here as they come down the left-hand side. It's a decent day for the weather, a bit warmer than our last few games. Myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker. Ben, I don't think you're hungry today. I don't think you're cold. It should be hopefully a good afternoon and get a win before the end of the year.
Well, we thawed out from last week, so that's all good. But really excited to see Patrick Bamford again, especially getting the winner on Saturday. And just building up minutes. That's all the boys need. As long as Izzy Brown as well, Jack Harrison in the team. These are the type of players we're going to be needing over the Christmas period. So it's important for them to get minutes under the belt with it being the last 23s game before the Christmas break.
Yeah, see what Leeds can do defensively then. So Robbie Gotts, Apo Halme and Leif Davis at the minute are the three players holding in the defensive positions. Davis gets a little nudge in the back. That was off Kieran Feeney, who just managed to out-muscle him. As now Apo Halme has got the ball. And Harrison nips away. Had a really good start, Harrison, to the game against Burnley last week. Only played 45. Patrick Bamford played the 90. Got a hat-trick as well. As Barnsley worked the ball down the left-hand side. Some defensive work for Stevens to do, but the flag has gone up on the far side. And from last week, Ben, want the same attacking output. It's the same sort of attacking team, but defensively have to be much stronger.
Exactly, and obviously Carlos, it was a strange game for him probably to dissect and analyse straight afterwards, because, like I say, from an attacking point of view, he were excellent. The free-flowing football were unbelievable to see. The passing and movement was so good, so crisp. Every time we went forward, like we were going to score, but on the flip side, every time Burnley came forward last week, it looked like they were going to score, so that'll be a big improvement, defensive side. But if we can get the attacking side going again, we'll be hard to stop today.
Yeah, ball down the left edge, and Barnsley do manage to clear. Only as far as Clark O'Donnell. Works back across. There's Halme into Davis's feet, who's now going to look down the line, but goes against it for that time being. Back from Nysel. Will Huffer's offering an ankle. The captain today then plays the ball back to Davis. Nicely done by him. Davis inside to Nysel. It goes beyond him, but McCalmont's there to pick up the pieces.
Nice play by McCalmont. A little first-time pop-off there, because the pitch looks a bit bobbly. It's not as probably as slick as it's probably been up at TA here, but nice little touch by McCalmont.
See what they can do on the left edge with Halme again. Davis, in fact, should I say, gives the ball away, pulling the shirt from Clark O'Donnell to rescue his teammate who knew he'd made a mistake. Shouted out in frustration straight away, so not too many touches for Brown and Bamford just yet.
For Izzy Brown, yeah, Izzy Brown last week, he looked sharp as the game went on, which it's always a great sign, especially players like that been out for a long period of time. But
yeah, Bamford started the other way, didn't he? He started explosive, and of course we expect he's not been back long compared to Brown. But I thought they both did well to come through the 90. We made all the subs, didn't we? So
they did look insane, especially with Brown getting stronger as the game went on. So hopefully they can do that again today.
Yeah, you made the point about as well, just how much it will be good for the confidence levels to get through the 90, knowing you can get it in the bag. Bamford had a little knock to the knee as well, which he was pleased to come through. Free kick to come. Barnsley swing it into the near post, headed away by Bamford. Shows his defensive side of the game. Flick back in, a chance for Barnsley as they slot the ball home, and there's no offside flag. And the scorer is Amir Berkovic, who slotted it into the far corner. Was a nuisance in the first game between these two earlier this season. And Leeds defensively again, Ben, falling asleep.
Yeah, all over the shop there. And the most disappointing thing is, it's not the first phase, it's the second phase coming back in. We just switched off, thinking people picking men up where they're just running out, leaving spare strikers in there. All you need to do is check your shoulders. Just stay with your man as you're coming out. because, like I say, Patrick Bamford won the first set, had cleared out. As we're clearing out, we're coming out 5 and 6 instead of all coming out together in a line. And it's just really sloppy play. Just a couple of minutes previous talking about the defence overall, trying to have an improvement from last week, and we concede a sloppy goal like that, and that's why you take your hair out as a manager.
Yeah, Carlos Colbrand now got to reassess. Marcelo Bielsa here as well. And Leeds with Bamford get the game back underway. It's into the Calmont, so have to reset and go again. Clark O'Donnell, Davis. Out towards the right for Halme now. Harrison's hugging this left touchline. Halme has to switch back to Huffer. And in turn goes all the way back to Davis as well. So Leeds trying to spread the play across the defence. Clark O'Donnell's impressed in recent weeks. I know Ben's been a fan. He's been reduced having to sit back though so far. I've not seen him. I mean, last week he was nearly a further forward than Harrison, but
it was almost
a bit more organised.
It was almost like a second striker with Bamford making those runs last week. But like you're right, I have been impressed the last few weeks. His energy again is to try and make the overlap with Harrison coming in.
Yeah, one ball out towards the right-hand side. Stevens. Bamford wanted that pass.
Yeah, you can see Bamford there just trying to tell Leif Davis that's the third time he's given it away on the bounce now. Just keep it simple. Yeah, the pass might be on, but you can go behind. Just find them simple passes. The thing what we did well last week when we was building up, the 3 centre halves, what it was last week, we moved the ball quick, higher tempo, took 2-3 touches max, and we found the simple pass more often than not.
Yeah, ball down the right. There's Gotts to pick up the pieces. He's going to switch inside. Goes across to Nysel. He's going to fire it behind Clark O'Donnell, who has to run backwards to go retrieve it. Leeds are receiving a lot of possession inside their own half, with McCalmont now dropping deep. Him and Nysel will take turns to do that. Into Gotts, who's challenged from behind. Good tackle from Barnsley. Leeds win the throw-in anyway. But not too much to smile about so far from a White's point of view. Still trailing by a single goal to nil. Listening to LUTV's coverage. Joined by Ben Parker for the game. Hopefully it's an exciting one like last week's, thrilling 6-3 over Burnley, but we hope to concede less than that as flag goes up against Stevens. Barnes look organised.
They do. And obviously, buoyed by that goal there, it's obviously given something probably to hang on to. Every time you get an early goal, as a team, as a collective unit, you always gives you like extra little 5-10% just to get back into shape, be really rigid, hard to break down. But they're trying to set little traps for Leeds, and at the moment we're falling into them by just giving sloppy passes away, taking time on the ball. And as soon as that trap sets, the springing on is really quick. But it's another learning curve, especially the two lads in midfield there, Niesel and McCalmont. It's something for them to work out, but hopefully they can do that as the game goes on.
Yeah, ball's going to be fired forward. Halme heads it out to the right. It's cushioned back by Stevens. There's McCalmont. Goes out to the left for Clark O'Donnell. It's a good crossfield ball. Harrison's on his way. And he retrieves possession now. Has a little time to check his run. He's going to go into the box. Looks for Bamford first time. It's floated over his head.
Great
Bounce
ball.
out to Stevens. Good ball in. Stevens turns back on himself. Floats it to Brown, who's going to try and head towards goal. And decides against it at the last second. Tries to cushion it for someone else. I think he worried then, Ben, that if he couldn't generate the power.
Yeah.
But, that's what Brown's going to do all season. He's going to lurk on the edge of the box and make those crucial runs into the area.
That's how he got his goal last week, just making that third man run that late run into the box. So hard to pick up, but he did the right thing. Like I said, I don't think he could got the power to go for a goal, so he just tried to tee somebody up. Unfortunately, no one there, but that's what we see from Harrison. Get the ball 1v1, get his full back, great ball in. To be fair to the centre half, Barnes have got a great little touch on it, because if not, I think Patrick could come on the end of that one.
Yeah, just around 8 minutes into this, as Stevens gives a free kick away, tries to stick the right boot in. Leeds still trailing after that Berkovic strike. Was a neat finish in all fairness to him. I'm just having to wait for the ball here. Leeds might have to bide their time. It's a very similar sort of start to what Leeds had against Barnsley away. Actually conceded a penalty. Defensively, Pascal Struijk was hauled off. Colbrand switched things up and Edmondson came to the rescue. So might have to do the exact same here again as we wait for this free kick to be taken. 3 shirts around it in the Barnsley colours. Two-man wall for Leeds. Bamford misses the first header. It's headed towards goal, and that is directed by Will Smith, trying to be slotted it into the corner. Hoffer always had that colour. It was never going to go in from there. As soon as he shouldn't really have been unmarked.
No.
But, never going to threaten after he sliced it.
They could be cheered well up for shouting at the defence there. Just say, come on, stay with your runners. Another game, a free header in the box, unmarked, and really should do better with it. As,
good run from Davis there.
Yeah, but yeah, Dave's done well to get out there. But going back to the set piece, don't give him free headers in the box. But then first time the Browns kind of got on the half turn, just got pulled back a little bit. But that's when get him in though, get him the ball early.
Yeah, waiting for this free kick to be taken. See the ball go backwards now into Nysel. Nysel's going to try and drive it forward. Into Davis once more. Adore, it goes over Davis. His head is not the best pass. Loops it up slightly. Adore's been matched constantly by Louis Wardle. And Leeds having to go back now as they still have this goal deficit to deal with.
This is where you just move the ball quick. Even if there's not a pass on, I don't mind him going back to the keeper as long as it's doing 2-3 touch, just moving it quick. Saying we're up for here, that's it. Couple of touches, saying we're Harmer, can you move the ball? Yeah, he's looking forward. If there's not a pass on, you'll know it straight away as a player. You can see the option.